Hi everyone, welcome to Life After Gate. Today we have with us Mr. Nipun Mittal. Let me just introduce Nipun to you. He has secured All India Rank 3 in GATE 2019. He has done his bachelor's in computer science from JP Institute of Information Technology. Then he did his master's from IIT Bombay, my alma mater too. And then he joined Google as software engineer too, and currently is working as SWE3. And in addition to that, Nipun has recently joined YouTube as well as an educator. So, hi Nipun, welcome.
Thank you, Manshu. Thank you for the introduction and thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Well, so I think we can directly start with the prime question, the first question that I like to ask to everyone. Let's start with your gate journey itself. What was it like? How did you go about it? Why gate and all?
Yeah, so it's an interesting journey. So I started the preparation in my third year of college. It was February 2018. And at that point, actually, my wife, which was my friend back then, so she asked me to like go for GATE because if I can give the little bit past history. So like
Sure.
in JEE mains and advanced, right, all those exams, I scored very good rank, but I didn't join any NIT or IIT, which I could. I mean, I did not have that sort of exposure at that time. So I just joined a college which was near my home. That is why JP Noida. And at that time, when she met
Right.
me, I mean, we discussed and like it feels like okay, you should give GATE. I mean, you should go to IIT, right? That is what her thing. So I said, okay, yeah, we can try. It's a
Mm.
good exam, and I mean, you got to go to IIT and do your masters. So that is how it all started.
Mhm.
And before that, I used to do competitive programming a lot. I used to do contests on CodeChef, Code Forces, pretty much all the platforms. And
Right.
I was like very passionate about it. So that is what my thing, that okay, I need to prepare for GATE now, so I have to stop doing my programming thing, which I could not.
Mhm.
So what I ended up did was I was doing CP, I was doing contest, and I was preparing for grade. So one could say that I started from February, but I was sort of preparing half-heartedly, right? I was not sure
Right.
whether I want to do it or not, but so I did not leave CP and all. So now the next thing is how do I start, right? So first of all, I did not want to join any classroom coaching sort of thing because there you have to sit for 3 4 hours and some topics I already know, right? For example, even in my in my BTech college, all the courses
Mhm.
we had, I had a good grasp on them. So it was not like scratch start for me. So if
Right.
I join a classroom, they like the flow will be same for all the students, so it would be like waste of time for me. And also I have
Mhm.
a limited time, so I thought, okay, I'll do online. Now the thing was, in online, first I looked at this. I'm talking about 2018 time frame. Now we have physics
Right.
well,
Right.
a lot of things have been started from that
Right.
time. But at that point we have Ravin Babu. He has a very good rapport among students. But I wanted to do that, join
Mhm.
that coaching. But there the thing was, I was like, okay, I cannot meet Ravin Babu in person. I cannot discuss my doubts. So there was a gap
Right.
which I felt. So I did not go for it. Finally, there was a coaching in Delhi, Brainstorm Achiever. They have a classroom coaching and they also have a recorded version of all those coachings. So they teach in the classroom and also record that live. So I like that
Right.
idea because I can go meet the teachers if I want anytime, and I
Right.
can watch the recorded videos. So that I took and I started from that only. And yeah, so the point was, let's say I can watch those videos 1.5x, all those things, right? And I can skip some
Yeah.
parts altogether. So
Mhm.
that way, so that is how a student should approach if they want a detailed learning, or if they want like, okay, I'm not too confident about these subjects, so let me go to a teacher and like understand all of these in depth, then you can opt
Mhm.
for classroom. Otherwise, these are other options you can also try. So that is how it
Yeah.
all started. And as I said, I did not stop doing competitive programming. So in my Third year, I also went to ICPC regionals in Kanpur, right?
Mm.
And I also land up an internship in Hacker Ring, Bangalore. So I went to that
Right.
internship as well. So for 2 months, I was in Bangalore. In the morning, I took, let's say, 1 or 2 hours to do the gate preparation, and rest of the time I was doing my internship. So again, for
Right.
those 2 months, my preparation was very slow. That
Mm.
and from HackerRank, I got the PPO. So that was a good thing for me because I treated it as a backup and I did not sit in my college placements, which could have
Right.
wasted a lot of my time as well. So after that, after coming from Economic, I was just doing my grade preparation. Around September, October, I started seeing some results. I starting gaining some confidence that yes, I can do good in this exam. So at that point, I
Right.
started to give my uh, full confidence to that, and I started my preparation full heartedly. Okay, and so in December, in 11 months, I completed my course curriculum. So it was like I just completed my curriculum in December only, and the exam is on February. So I have 2 months for
Mm.
revision or doing practice questions and all those things. So I started
Right.
with doing previous gate questions, and then I joined a test series of Made Easy, right? Because Made Easy is quite popular. So I joined
Mm.
their test series after doing little bit of research that which is the best. And yeah, so I solved all those questions. And one thing I want to tell to students is during the end of near your exam, right? In before 1 or 2 months, there are at that time, I don't know about now, there are good
Mm.
Facebook groups which you can join, and there people share their questions. People share, okay, I cannot solve this, how do I solve it? So joining those groups was very helpful for me because for two reasons. First is sometimes you see a question which you have not saw before, and that question is related
Mm.
to a topic which you have not even covered, because even in coaching
Right.
they can miss very small topics, right? I mean 1 hour topic. From that one question can come, it's not a guarantee, but questions can come. So on that groups you got to notice, you got to find out that there are few topics which I have not covered, let me do that. So that is the first thing which is very important. Second is you get a filtered questions which are difficult and you can solve them. For example, if you pick up any paper, if you pick up any test series, it has a lot of questions. Some
Mm.
questions are easy, some questions are hard. In that group,
Right.
you only get filtered good hard questions. So it will like save you some time to find good questions. So that
Mm.
is how I saw that, and it was very helpful for me. And one tip I can also give is that in the test series, there are some questions which are very good and you are not able to solve while you were performing the
Yeah.
test. What you can do, you can bookmark those questions because test series will be with you for quite some time. You can
Mm.
bookmark those questions, and before one day of the exam, or if it's very uncomfortable to you, before 2 days of the exam, go through the questions which you have bookmarked so far,
Yeah.
so that you will not like do those questions wrong in if they come in the exam. So you want to make
Yeah.
sure that these are the questions which were good, I was not able to solve them, let me just revise them so that if they come again, luckily I'll be able to easily score them.
Mm. Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty much about my journey. I may have missed some things. If you want to ask any specifics, we can do that.
Mm. Yeah. No, that was quite in depth. I think those Facebook groups that you're talking about, those have been mostly replaced by forums like Gate Overflow. I mean, I don't know of any other, but Gate Overflow pretty much has replaced that. But yeah, that kind of interaction with questions, because you need the level of questions that you're working with, right? If you're not too confident, you'll need some beginner friendly question. If you're well prepared with your well versed with the
Yeah.
subjects, you would need hard questions. So those platforms become very important in your preparation if they are there. Yeah.
Yes. And also, I want to mention one thing that I wrote a blog on my gate preparation journey. So
Mm.
if folks want to read that, they can also do that. We'll link that in the description.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And yeah, one question that I'm curious about now is that because you said that your motivation initially was to uh, be part of this IIT culture because you thought, and I think your wife back then also thought that you should be part of this IIT atmosphere. You deserve to be here. So after coming to IIT Bombay, did that motivation somehow morph into something else, or did that change entirely, or did it remain exactly that?
Okay, so yeah, motivation was to belong to an IIT, but there are more to it, right? So I want to do masters because in future, currently I'm in a software development mode, right? I'm in this career,
Yeah,
corporate career. Now in future, if I want to become a professor, if I want to do a PhD, it will help me.
right.
So that was the second reason due to which I did masters, so that in the future I can be a professor.
Right.
And yeah, so that was one of the reasons. Now coming to an IIT, it was again a very great experience. I mean, the campus was big and green, and also like professors.
Mm,
I mean, yeah, professors were very intelligent and like they know their subjects very well. So it was sort of inspiring and see like this is how a university should be like. I mean, everyone is
right.
committed to their work and all those things. And after that,
Mm,
yes, of course, I mean, the subjects, the way of teaching, I mean, the atmosphere it has, all those things, like it creates a lot of energy in you. It creates a lot of excitement that, yeah, we are a part of something great, and
yeah.
we learn so much here. So that feeling
Yeah.
you get after going into IIT. For me, it was a sort of an unlucky situation that COVID happened, and we
Mm,
stayed only 6 months in the campus, and rest of
oh,
1.5 years were spent in home only. So yeah, so
right.
only I spent 6 months in IIT.
Yeah, I think the next question would be, what was the life like here for you? Because there is a testimony of many that the first semester feels the hardest, and then you get, it's not that the upcoming semesters become easy, it's just that you get used to it, used to the system. So how did you adapt to the system at IIT? How was it different from what you were experienced with during your BTech time?
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, it depends on like it is a very subjective thing. But in my BTech, again, I mean, the courses are like, I mean, you need to learn. But I mean, for example, if some people don't want to study in your BTech and like they're good with a good enough CGPA, that is fine. But if you want to score a good CGPA, you have to study in BTech or in regular colleges as well. But the only thing
Right.
is maybe the quality of education you could differentiate, or maybe the quality of projects, the quality of commitment you get in
Mm,
IIT is different. Because so that was the one difference I can think of. And I think the first semester hype is mostly due to, if I talk about my curriculum, which was a TA, it was a 2 year course, and
mm,
we have 10 subjects to complete. We can do them at in any semester. We can divide them like that. But I mean, the general suggestion is do maximum courses in your first year, right? First and second semester. So because of
right.
that, I think I took yeah, three courses in my first semester and four courses in my second semester. So total seven courses in first year, and three courses were
Right.
remaining in the second year because you also have to do your thesis.
Right.
So I think that could be the one thing which the students can feel overwhelming because you have to do a lot of courses. It is the first time for most of them to do such a
Mm,
quality education plus the quality projects, because again in your masters the technicality of projects increases, and
right.
you have to get in depth of whatever you are making in your project, and the expectations are high. And
Mm,
so all those things can combinedly overwhelm students. But again, I would say take it easy. It's not like, I mean, course in itself is not big. It's like you have to just go in depth. You have to honestly, or like honestly study it. It's not like in your BTech you just study one day before your exam and you just do it. It's, if
right.
you can
Right.
do that in IIT as well, but again you will not feel that quality or that commitment. If you do it regularly, then you should not have much problem.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, now coming to the more technical side of it, of the college experience, like how did you go about deciding your courses and projects? Because generally what happens is people come to the campus and then experience different things based on their experience here. They decide that I would rather want to go for, let's say, AIML, or I would rather want to go for systems or theory. So how did you go about deciding your courses, your projects, and ultimately the pool in which you wanted yourself to be aligned with?
Yeah. So it's a good question. You need to find your niche, that okay, these are the sort of subjects I want to pick, because
Mm.
you cannot pick all of them. Right. So there is, again, as you said, there is related courses, there are systems related courses and theory related. Of course, I do not want to
Right.
go for only theory related, because my intention was directly not to become a professor or in academia. I want to join
Right.
industry. So for that, either so there are sort of two options left: systems and databases or AIML. Now I tried, so even in my BTech, I have taken AIML courses. I did not like it, but it's fine. So, but in MTech, I again tried one last time. Okay, let me try AIML again. I took the introduction to machine learning course, apart from the systems and databases. So I am very much interested in distributed systems, databases, all those stuff. So I do not want to miss them. I
Right.
took them. I know that I'll like it. But along with that, I took the ML course. In the end, the the funny thing is I get the maximum grade, maximum marks in AIML course, but I did not like it. So I was sure that now I will
Mm.
not take the AIML related courses. I'll only focus on systems and databases, and that is what I did. So it's again it. I think for some people the motivation factor is which field pays more, or which field is so hot right now. That matters, but that should not
Mm.
be the deciding factor of where you should go. The first thing is like where your passion lies, or which area you like to work in. Because in the end, if you
Right.
just pick anything which you do not like, then you will get exhausted eventually, and it will be a bad for you and like for everything. So simple advice is only, first of all, you should love or you should like the subject, the area you are in, and then the
Mm.
paying good, all those factors can come later. Of course,
Right.
those matter, but those should not be your deciding factor. So in that
Right.
way, I ended up being like in database and systems. I did my thesis with Professor Sudarshan, who was a database professor.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that is how I did.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So, of course, 6 months, as you said that you were on the campus only for 6 months, but as I can also uh, assert to that even 6 months is more than enough on a campus like IIT Bombay, because a lot is happening here. Every day you'll find something or the other is going on in the campus. It's not just about what you want to pick. It's mostly about what you don't want to pick. You'll have to learn how to say no to things here. It's just there's plethora of things to do here. So even within your 6 months, what are some things that other than your studies you experienced here? What are some of the things that you gained from your time here at IIT Bombay?
It's a good question, and I need to think more about it. But on top of my mind, yeah. So I mean, we explored. So there was, I think, um, one marathon sort of event also, where we have to run, then cycle, and all those things. So I participated in that. It was a very fun event. During that day, train as well. So yeah, so it was a good experience. So in that way, I participated. And
Right.
apart from that, there was, I mean, I think for MTech students, mostly they are engaged with their studies and courses and projects. I saw a lot of like
Yeah.
BTech students, they chill a lot. And
Mm.
but for me, I mostly stuck to my courses, because there was a lot we can experiment in that front. Apart from that, extracurricular activities I did very limited. I mean, we used to play in our hostel. So my hostel was H4. I mean, must have seen the movie Chichore. My hostel was
Mm.
the same one which was shown in the movie. So it was again a very nice experience in the hostel. The hostel is quite old, and
Yeah.
which makes it quite unique as well. So yeah, we
Mm,
used to play badminton and all those things late in the night, 12, 1, 2, right? All those. So those memories were very good. And overall,
right.
the campus, I mean, it's hard to like travel in the whole campus. Yeah, we used to just cycle because it's very difficult to walk. And
Right. Right.
so yeah, so and also there are a lot to explore in the campus as well, right? There are different places you can go and you can see, okay, even okay, this is here, this is there. So it's like you can even
Mm,
get lost in the campus also. So yeah, so
mm.
those were very nice memories, and those are the only things I can think of right now.
Getting lost on the campus, I agree to that. That has happened. So
You
yeah,
have to
that is
use the
not
app. There is also an app in the hostel app or the college app, which you can
yeah.
see that where you are and where you need to be.
Right. Right. Yeah. So let's talk about the placements here because you had a experience that is different. That is mostly going to be different from what people are going to experience now because your placement would have been completely online, as you
Yes.
said, because it was the lockdown period. Then the placement would have been completely online at that time. So what was the placement experience like, and how did Google come about? What happened during your placement time?
So luckily, my placement time went very smooth because I got placed on the first day itself. Because I know people who were like, even let's say for the first day, it is very smooth, right? First of all, it was online. Like people are not
Mhm.
prepared. The organizers did a very well job in organizing all the online interviews. But again, it has its own limitations. So there could be delays, there could be scheduling issues, and like there could be many different issues. But for like first day,
Right,
second day, people are motivated people, and there are also like less slots. For example, less companies come on first or second day, or like only big ones come. As you go into
right,
like three, third, fourth, fifth day, more and more companies are coming. You are being scheduled for lot more interviews. In my case, I
right.
was like every day is divided into two halves, first half or second half. So in the first half, I did the interview for Microsoft, Google, and Apple.
Mm,
And yeah, and for the second half, I think I was signed up for Optiver and few more. Yeah, but the thing is, after so it's like once you get placed, you cut off from the interview process, and
mm,
you get to choose the order of the companies. Like each day, you can provide the order. Okay, if I am placed in this company, then I'll be cut off. But if I'm not, then I can try in these companies. So all those things is there.
right.
So in my case, again, my top company was Google, and
Mm,
it was confirmed that I'm placed in the Google, so I cannot continue anymore, which I am happy about.
right.
So, so for me, again, it went smooth, and I got placed in my dream company. I got placed on the first half of the day. But
Right.
for rest of the students or in general advice, I would like to say is that you may get exhausted, right? Your interviews could be scheduled early morning or late night, but this is what it takes. I mean, to get a good placement.
Mm,
When you have to do it, there's no other way. And yeah, don't stress too much about it. It's a
right.
part of the process. You have to go through it. If you are lucky enough, you'll get out earlier than later, but everyone needs to go through this.
Mm, right. Right. Important question that I have in mind because uh, it's like how does it compare? Like the work-life balance that you had during your masters or the workload that you felt during your masters compared with the workload or the work-life balance that you have right now as a professional. How do these two compare?
So I think I would definitely say in my masters I did more work than currently in my professional career, because
Mm,
there are no weekends as such, right? I mean, if you have time, you work on your project more. I mean, you are like there's
yeah,
lot to learn, right? You can just do learning all the time. Every course I mean, there's
Mm,
something which professor teach. Then first of all, you have to understand everything. You have to make sense of everything. Then you may have to like
right.
explore a little bit more to understand the big picture. And then in your
Yeah.
projects, you can spend as much time as you want. And again, it'll be
Mm,
it will not be a perfect project. I mean, there's always a scope of improvement. So you'll be busy in all those things. And also, apart from that, exploring campus and all those things, right? So they are in IIT during a master's. Yeah, I did a lot of work. Even in your thesis, you have to read a lot of research papers. You have to like, yeah, come up with your own paper and all those things. In your
right.
professional journey, it's more stuff like, work is defined, scope is defined. You know what you have to do. Once you do it, you are done with it. So
Mm,
there's sort of a boundary you can create
mm,
in your professional life versus personal life.
right.
But as a student, there is no work life balance as such. Some people, I think that there's a new term called work life harmony. You can call it that.
Mm,
That during your studies, I mean, you decide because you're doing all of this for your own. So you decide how much you want to study till,
right.
yeah, right, till what depth you want to go. So that is
Yeah.
very open. So yeah, in that way, I
Mm,
would say it's more laid back during your professional life. And yeah, in your
mm,
masters also, you can do a lot more work.
right. 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 So, now that we have started talking about the professional side of your life, one interesting question that arises in my mind is, because a lot of the top companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, they now have this AI first approach to problems. Like, if there's some new problem, the basic idea is that we'll try to see if AI can be applied to it. We'll try to find solutions that are based on AI. So, you working as a software engineer in Google, you are the perfect person to ask this question to, is that how does systems, or how does the work that has been going on, that is, let's say, orthogonal to AI in some way, not exactly orthogonal, but is
Very
kind
nice
of
correlation.
parallel to AI. Yeah, yeah. So how does that now factor into this new era, or the new, one might call it a industrial revolution kind of. So how does this factor in now?
Yeah, so definitely, as you mentioned, right, every company is taking AI first approach. No one wants to be behind in this AI race. And
Mm-hmm.
right, I cannot comment on Google as a whole, right, because I am far below the ladder there. But what I see is like, right, I mean, the companies are aggressively trying to incorporate AI into their products, which is fantastic.
Right.
But it's not like each product or every product is getting integrated with AI. So maybe outsider view could be like that yeah, every product is AI enabled. But I mean,
Mm,
there will be products which don't have to do much with AI, and it will be there. So if in my career I have, so the products I work and all those things, like things have not changed that much before AI and after AI. It's just that
right.
maybe new teams will be started which are AI focused, right? I mean, in a
Mm-hmm.
big product area, there'll be a sub teams which will be created to assist that product area with the AI enablement. All those things will be there, and AI is a very
Mm-hmm.
interesting area to be right now. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just like any other, like we have blockchain before, right? So again,
Mm,
everyone was thinking like now it'll be Web 3.0, everything will be on blockchain. All these
right.
fintech companies, like everything will be on, but it's not like that. I mean, things are limited, but yes, I mean, we are seeing the change, and hopefully things will be changed for the better.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So if I
Uh,
can talk about my area, I am currently in GCP security identity space.
yes.
So there, yes, of course. I mean, there are
Mm,
AI used here and there, but yeah.
right. Right. Yeah. So my penultimate question to you would be, as a software developer, what do you think, what makes a good SD at Google, or a company that is parallel to Google, like Microsoft, Apple? What do you think makes a good software developer?
So yeah. So first thing is you have to work smart. You don't work hard, right? So first, like if you work hard, you'll get exhausted. You may feel frustrated on all those things. It's just like you have to first of all do the proper
Mm.
time management, all the because it's not, I mean, the work is very much manageable. It's you can easily maintain a work life balance given that you properly manage your time and you do your work smartly. So what do I mean by smart work is like
Right,
try to find ways on how can I do this work faster or more efficient, or like which tools can I automate this
right.
part of the thing, can I use that tool to solve my job, right? There are lot of tools out there which you can use in your
Mm.
daily development cycle. So all those things you
Right,
need to look after, that just don't get head on to a problem. Just take like step back, take a big picture and see whether this thing, okay,
mm.
I can solve it by myself, this thing I can delegate, this thing I can automate, and all those things. In that way,
Right.
you'll easily manage everything. And apart from that, like in the big companies, culture matters. So so yeah, so it's not like okay, I do a good work, so I belong here. No, you have to
Mm.
fit culturally as well. You have to be nice to people, you have to be respectable, and also you need to have a positive attitude and all those things. So
Right.
all those non-tangibles are also matters as you
Mm.
grow, and which like shape up your career or image in the company as well. So yeah, all
Right.
those things should also be taken care of.
Got it. Got it. Okay, then I think we have covered a good ground here. And before I let you go, there's one last question. As you said that masters was also a way to keep your options open, as there might be a day that you might think of becoming Professor Nipun Mittal. So, what are the future professional plans for you?
Yep. So short term, it's mostly like being a good software developer, growing up the corporate ladder, and all those things. I have not made
Mm.
up my mind regarding anything else, for example, professorship or that. It's like maybe way forward in the future. But currently, I'm
Mm.
focusing on developing new skills, working on new products, new technologies, so that yeah, so I so that I can improve my skills and gain new ones. So those are the
Right.
things I'm currently like hoping for to work on. And
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
Right. So thank you, Nipun. Thank you for giving us your time. It's been interesting talking to you. I've gained a lot of insight. Hopefully, our viewers have gained that too. And please let us know how did you think? What did you think of the interview?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. So thanks for inviting me, and it was great talking to you, Manshu. And yeah, so the one thing was like after I cleared my gate, I get AI 3. I did couple of interviews, right? People were like contacting me and all those things. And it's been a while
Mm.
now, and it's great to again talking to people, sharing insight, sharing information. Hopefully, this is useful for your audience, for viewers. And yeah, I
Right.
hope people can take at least one or two things from this interview and like use them in their preparation or in their career or wherever at whatever stage they are currently.
Right. So talking and taking a segue from learning, you have started your own YouTube channel as well. So I would hand it over to you to tell our audience what kind of videos are going to come on the channel, what they can expect there to be put on, please.
Yeah. So, in my channel, if you go, there's an introduction video which tells about whatever that channel will going to have. Briefly, so what I so basically the channel is mostly about data structure algorithms. But there are a lot of stuff, lot of videos, lot of courses on internet on teaching data structures and all these concepts. So I was trying to take a different approach here. So what I am starting is I'm starting solving the problems, DSA problems live in the video without any cuts so that people get to see what it takes to solve a problem, what is the process, what is the thought process, and you sometimes get stuck. So that is not a bad thing. That you can also experience. So those
Mhm.
videos are very non-edited, very crude videos, which you can and also
Right.
like in that video you can also learn the topic. So let's say I'm solving a problem, you can
Yeah.
see how that problem is solved. Mostly I'm taking the problems from Lead Code because that is a very popular platform during interview preparation and during DSA
Right.
learning as well. But as the channel grows, I am planning to add different type of videos as well regarding maybe Gate as and again software development related stuff. So yeah, so that's about the channel. If folks want to uh, watch those videos, you can first go to the channel. If you like the videos, you can subscribe, and then I mean, you'll get more notifications.
Right. Right. So yeah, I think that's all the questions that I had, and thank you, Nipun, for giving us your time. I mean, I
My
know
pleasure.
you
Thank you.
must be busy. Yeah, thank you for the time.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it was all my pleasure, Himanshu. Thank you again for inviting me. Uh, Thank you everyone for listening.
Yeah.